I acknowledge all the tribes, past and present, of this land that we are on here. UMass Amherst rests on Nonotuck land. The town of Amherst is named after Lord Geoffrey Amherst, a British general who was a leader on dehumanization and genocide of Native peoples. He spread smallpox all over the Northeast. I acknowledge all of our neighboring Indigenous nations, the Nipmuc and the Wampanoag to the east, the Mohegan and Pequot to the south, the Mohican to the west, and the Abenaki to the north. I myself am a member of the Mohegan Nation, so I'm one of these local tribes here, and all of these other relations are my kinship ties. What I want to say briefly about land acknowledgement is to try to move beyond land acknowledgement. Some of you were able to come to the Native American Indigenous Studies Symposium, which I was helping with back in May. And there was a panel talking about land acknowledgement, and it's definitely important to acknowledge the Native peoples of this land. But when you think about, doing a land acknowledgement or putting one on your email, just make sure you're thinking about also how can you move beyond just taking that step of acknowledging the land and maybe, supporting local Indigenous people, whether it be through buying Native authored books or Indigenous designed clothing or jewelry, or just, helping with issues that you feel like are important, such as the one we're talking about today, the climate change and Indigenous peoples, climate change in UMass, all of these things, finding ways to support. And, if people have questions for me, they can reach out to me directly to ask about ways to kind of, work with Native peoples.